Memories in your past are killing you. Kill your memories and your past ruthlessly if you want to evolve and grow as a human. Only watch this if you want to make more money, have buns on tap, a fuck me physique, and have one-of-one apex energy and calm. If you want to be a different person, you got to kill memories, you got to kill your past. Everything that anchors you to your past, or you have memories of the past, is killing you and your future, your evolution, your growth. Everything around you is an anchor of behavior. Sound examples.
All the times that you rain on my parade, and
all of your senses absorb that and imprint that in memory, and then you associate that energetic pattern inside of you as you move forward in life, aka the way that energy flows through your neurochemistry, through your physiology, through your nervous system. And this is where, when you associate a sense with a signal, then you tend to want to live out that pattern, that habit. That's why it's phenomenal to curate your environment, your inner and outer environment inside your own brain first, but then after that, curate your outer environment to ensure that all signals lead to the life that you want to build and create. As you have signals, aka through all your senses, you see that you want to think and feel something, and that makes you want to behave in a specific way. It is proven that before you think or feel something, the energy, it's already occurring within your body. Like, it's already moving within your nerves before you can even comprehend that you're thinking and feeling it, and therefore acting it out. So that's why it's powerful to still and quiet your mind, so you still and quiet your senses. Use the power of associations and sensory signals to remember what to do, how to focus in your life, and how to create the results that you want to create. Taking control over your own mind, making sure that your own mind never betrays you, and that everything anchors you to who you want to be in the life you want to live. Everything around you is an anchor of behavior, reminds you of something. So the more that you have things around you that remind you of your past, the more you're going to continue to live out your past. So the thing about our brains, it is a predictive programming machine. It always aims to predict and model the future. It associates the moments, all your sensations, sight, touch, smell, taste. It's built on a neural network of associations. What does that mean? All neural network of associations is habit, thinking, feeling, and acting, which creates the results of your life. So the more that you have memories, or you have created past in your environment or the people around you, the more that you are ingraining those patterns in your brain, because neurons that fire together wire together. So you're creating a gravity point who you're going to be in your room, in your car, with your parents, with your associates, in your work environment. So you want to rebuild anew. You can do that on purpose at any single time. There are 3 powerful ways to do this. First, you can literally move to a different environment, move there, because that renews your brain, your emotions, and your senses. So you can begin to rewire yourself and wire new actions and behaviors, new thoughts and feelings, which create the results of your life. That is why changing environments is very powerful and a way to begin to create results of your life and create yourself on purpose. Because now you have a fresh start in your brain and in your senses. You are literally building new neural pathways. Second one is literally reinvent yourself. Change yourself physically in a painful way, because then the more feelings and senses that you have to that change, the more powerful that it is, because you're always going to remember that pain, those senses, to that reinvention. Whether you change your look in a very harsh manner, you get new clothes, you get rid of all the old that you don't want to continue to live out, that has that associations, those habit thinking, feeling, and acting that you no longer want to behave in. Get rid of them. Get rid of the environment, get rid of things, and position yourself where you're around new people, because then you can reinvent yourself at any time. It's easier when you're literally building and wiring your brain, your emotions, and your actions in a place that you've never been, because it feels fresh, because you don't have past associations or memories there. You don't have ingrained habit, way of thinking, feeling, and acting. That's how you can begin to create results on purpose. But you can always do that. The third way is elite operators, elite performers, creatives, they create a second identity, because this is a way to create a new persona that behaves in a different way as a tool to actually create the life that you want to build. By the life that you want to build, it's the body, the brain, the relationships that you want to build in your life. Like, what do you actually want to do in your life? Because all human beings have the absolute power to create that. The more that you master your body, your brain, and your inner state, the more that you can create your outer state or your entire life on purpose. This gives you the power to create a new person with new behaviors, with new thoughts and feelings. You can do that, and you can use that as a tool, but you can just do it with yourself. Like, do it with who you are as a human being. So either use this new persona as a tool to act and behave differently, so you can actually create results on purpose, or just do it to yourself. I would say to just do it to yourself and integrate yourself to the most powerful, loving, present human being that you can be. When I say mom, sports practice, sweets, everything you have around you, whether it's clothing, shoes, objects, a home, an environment, a destination, you have a neural network of associations that remind reminds you, that has that memory of that thing, and therefore of that behavior, that nervous system and emotional pattern. So if you want to grow into a different person, literally kill your past, kill your memories, silence your mind to kill your memories so you don't live out the pattern of your past. The more that you are surrounded by memories in the past, the more that you're going to continue to live that out. I challenge you to observe yourself. What do you think about when you see objects around your home, when you have certain sensations or tastes when you're in specific locations? You have a memory of it if you've already been there, or you have a neural network of associations to the thing, to that place, to that feeling, to that smell, to that sensation. That's how our body and our brains work. We have a neural network of associations with our sensations to things that we have done in the past. So you are building memories on it, and you are aiming to predict the future. That means, in order to grow and evolve as a human, kill your past ruthlessly. Kill memories ruthlessly. The way that I have done this is I have been very intentional and minimal with my environment, because anything that reminds me of my past, I do not want it, because it is not who I want to be just yet. When I wear clothing, if I develop a memory clothing, I get rid of it. The moment that I start developing memories and associations to something that is not my future, I kill it ruthlessly. So kill anything ruthlessly that is not attaching you to the future that you want to live. So if you want to create results in your life on purpose, if you have a better vision in your mind, in your life, you have something better, you have results that you want to create, anything that ties you or anchors you to the past, to your memories, kill it ruthlessly. When it comes to these associations, our neural network of associations to objects, to sensations, to sights, to locations, to feelings, if they are anchors of behavior, that means the likelihood that you're going to repeat those behaviors that create those results are going to stay there. So that's why you want to kill it ruthlessly. Your memories and your past are killing you. It's killing your evolution and your growth. Kill your memories and your past if you want to evolve and grow as a human. Take it to the extreme. Silence and quiet your mind so you always anchor yourself to the future, to the actions and behaviors that you actually want to take, the body that you want to have, the mind you want to have, the relationships that you want to have, whatever you want to build for yourself in the future. Always anchor yourself to the future. I don't even talk about the past. Like, ultimately it's just data, but it's like always anchor yourself to the future. Always anchor yourself to the future, because anything that you're anchoring yourself to the past or to behaviors that you do not want to continue to bring to reality, the more likely that you're just going to live out those behaviors, or you're going to anchor yourself in that form of living through those emotional neural network patterns, ultimately those behavioral patterns. So just kill it from existence and observe your mind, observe your behaviors, so you can actually anchor yourself to the future and the results that you do want to create for your life, because memories and the past are killing you. I get it. Humans, we tend to bond over memories and feelings that we once had, but if you want to demand personal growth and personal evolution at all costs, you got to be ruthless. Kill everything about your past, kill any memories that you do have, and any single time that anything is anchoring you to the past, to things that you don't want to continue to live out, position yourself differently, curate your environment on purpose, curate your room on purpose, curate how you show up in your life on purpose, so you can always anchor yourself to the future that you do want to have by any and all means necessary. Do not let your memories and past kill you. And also just silence and quiet your mind so you can actually control where your attention and energy goes. Where attention and energy goes, life flows, and that's what we're building and creating to make more real in our life. Observe yourself and recognize your pattern of thinking, feeling, and behaving, acting that creates the results of your life in order to take control of them. Because the more that you ingrain a pattern, a habit, a vice, the more powerful that it's going to feel and be. And this is why it takes most kind of people, they wait till something tragic happens in their life, which destabilizes their senses, their brain, and their ego to begin to rebuild anew. But the more that you recognize, especially as a man, that time is now, there is no later, there is no tomorrow, and you're literally ingraining who you are for the rest of your life. You're building a habit of you, and that is creating your results. And if you want to have financial freedom and create loving relationships and be in the best energetic state in your body, so you can love on your people and on yourself more and serve this life to your highest ability, you got to do it as soon as possible now. Intensity, focus, presence, sniper-like allocation of your energy, attention, and time, and architect your brain and inner world on purpose. This is why I'm a huge fan of sensory deprivation, full immersion, and meditation, because ultimately it's a way to renew and silence your senses, not just your brain, but your senses. And then you can begin to create them and build them on purpose. Especially as a man, when you see that it is your decision and it is your power to be wealthy of mind, of body, and of pocket, and the richest, you can actually literally do whatever you want, whenever you want, in the way that you want. Because the more that you learn, the more that you're curious, you come to find that fiat currency, aka money, is abundant. You come to find there are certain frames and stories and narratives that if you allow yourself to stay around them, they are literally conditioning your body, your brain, and your emotions to continue to live out that pattern. By that I mean always trading your life for dollars, thinking that life is limited, life is not limited, life is abundant, the time is now, you're always present, and you have the absolute power over your own actions, behaviors, thoughts, and feelings. But the more that you just follow the life around you, you don't create silence and stillness, the more that it feels so real, the more that it just feels like the right thing to do. You gotta begin to look at life differently. When you see that these stories, these tools, and these frames, everything that has been built around you, it's good to see what habit, thinking, feeling, and behaving actions which create the results of your life. What are those things to literally everything around you? To money, to time, mankind, to family, to what you believe to be true, what you believe to be right, the goals that you find worthy of going for, and how you feel and see those habits, and how you see yourself moving and operating in the world. You can always take control over it, but you gain a lot more power when you still and quiet your brain and heighten the amount of energy and vitality and vigor by weaponizing your body and getting in the best shape of your life. Whether you look at philosophy or religion, they say that the language of God is silence and stillness, because from there you can take your own power to create your own life on purpose, as well as recognizing that keeping your brain and emotions plastic by always going to new environments, never ingraining in a predictable way of behaving, acting, always learning new skills, going to new environments, talking to new people, using fear, anxiety, or any form of friction in this life as the signal as what you need to do, because now you are creating the habit, the instinct of growth, expansion, and just being a better human, and just be loving for yourself and for all human life, and create, build, and evolve forward. Define it specifically and put it into an image so you can have that image in your brain and then put it into action. It's who, what, how. And you got to take massive, ballsy action. So who, what, how? What are you doing? How are you earning money? How much money are you making on a weekly, monthly basis? What are you doing with your time, with your energy, and your attention? Like, what are you doing to serve humanity? What are you doing to create value? What skills do you already have that you can apply to your life moving forward? Whatever age you are, realize you have decades ahead of you. Ideally, perfect life. What are you doing? How are you serving life? Or how are you creating value? Because that's how you're going to earn money, aka fiat currency. Where do you need to position yourself in the global space, like on Earth? United States, anywhere in the globe, where do you need to position yourself? If you know a human that is already doing what you want to be doing in the future, get as close as you can to them as possible, because ultimately humans learn by absorbing and through osmosis. You learn the greatest by being around a human that is living in that way, because in that way they are literally imprinting you with their energetic patterns, the way that they think, the way that they feel, the way that they act and behave, and the story and narrative that runs their life. Because ultimately that's what creates the results of your life. That's what creates the results of my life. Literally take out a notebook, write it down, write it down, write it down. What are you doing? How much are you earning? Perfect scenario. How will you be earning and creating value for the rest of your life? How are you going to commit to perpetual evolution and growth? And what vehicle, aka what value creation opportunity are you going to be using? What is your talent? What is your skill? What is your passion? What sets your soul on fire? Because when you're doing that, you're willing to die for it, and you're willing to invest your life into it. From there, you got to take massive ballsy action, because when you take massive ballsy action, that in itself will change who you are as a human being. There is no going back after you take a certain amount of massive ballsy action. After you have defined what you're going to be doing, how much you're going to be earning, what is your perfect life, what do you want, how much is it going to cost, and how much are you going to be earning on a monthly and weekly basis? How are you going to be serving humanity? How are you going to be creating value in the world? If you are creatively expressing yourself, or if you have a skill that you want to master, that's how you are going to be creating value in the world. Define it, define it, define it, define it. And if someone is already living your perfect life, how can you get near them now as soon as possible? Can you intern for them? Can you work for them? Can you message them, email them, call them, do whatever it takes to be around that type of human already? Because that's how you're going to streamline and time collapse your goals. Literally put it into an image. Like, once you have defined it, write it down, notepad, and then put it into an image and have that image in your brain all the time. Like, put it on your desktop, draw it out, put it into a clear, precise image that you feel. Because then when you have that feeling, use the feeling to take the aligned action. Is that humans, we are projectors of reality. We literally project and create the future. We are projecting and creating the future. So if you don't do it on purpose, then you're just going to be following the narrative that's around you. You're going to be following the gravity habits, or the narrative, or the propaganda, or the media that's around you. The only way to not do that is to create your life on purpose. And you only know how to project and what to project and what to do here and now when you have precisely defined what you're going to be doing, how you're going to be doing it, and commit to specific actions now within the next 24 hours, 3 days, 7 days, depending on what it is. For example, when I started my first business, I borrowed money I didn't have. I invested all the money that I had. I came from a $30,000, $40,000 household, and I invested over $100,000 and ended up around $70,000 in debt. But on a long enough time frame, when you control your own life and you control your own energy, attention, and life, that becomes intoxicating. There is no going back. Because when you're curious and you work through that way, you become a growth-oriented, evolution-oriented human being. Then you become curious, how does the world work? What are the forces at play? And one of the biggest forces is fiat currency, aka money, which is printed at thinner, which controls most humans' lives for the rest of their life. So when you realize that it's fake, you can no longer tolerate yourself to sell your life to it. Another thing that I did is right before I went to Bali, I literally sold everything with no plan B. I had less than $2,000 because I wanted to decondition myself. That was a ballsy action. Could I have died there? Maybe. Honestly, I didn't know, but I didn't care, because I rather do that ballsy action. It was the right thing to do from a place of stillness and a place of silence. It was the right action for me to do rather than stay doing what I was doing before. And how did I know that? Because I was unemotionally ideating, how am I going to end my life? I'd rather end my life than continue living in this lukewarm way. Like in this lukewarm way while I'm just selling my attention, my energy, and my consciousness. I'd rather die. Like, I'd rather put a bullet in my brain. I'd rather get my neck sawed off. Literally. So the way that I decided is I was just gonna overkill, intoxicate myself, drugs, alcohol, go near a body of water because I couldn't swim at that time, and then just shoot myself, so overkill, so I don't survive. From there, since that was the reality, unemotionally, it was just the reality of it, because I'm not gonna sell my attention, my energy, or my consciousness. But from there, it's just like, what do you actually need to do to grow and evolve as a human? That comes about from a place of stillness, from a place that aligns to your perfect vision, not what other human beings want for you or what you think that you want, but what you actually want. That only comes from stillness and clarity. Define it precisely, perfect scenario, put it into an image, put that image into emotion so you can actually put it into action, because repeated action through repeated feeling, aka ritual, becomes identity. And when it becomes identity, it is who you are. That is how all human beings are. When you do it on purpose, then you can just literally create your life. Define 3 different massive ballsy actions that you're going to take that are aligned to your defined vision. Write it down, define it. If it scares you, good. Because worst case scenario, you die, and we're gonna die anyways. But the more that you face that fear, because fear doesn't exist, the more that you literally, it just dissolves and it goes away. And then your bandwidth, your brain opens up, and your ability to create results on purpose with your own body, with your own brain, with the world around you, and literally see the forces that create results, whether it's more money or creates a brain change, a mental change, an identity change, or a physical change. You see that there are formulas and there are predictable ways to create that in another human being. But first things first, you got to do it for yourself. The time is now. The more that you are getting used to losing, the more that you are getting used to living in a lukewarm way that is a slow death, the more that you're literally conditioning that pattern. So there is no time to wait. Like, literally, the more that you wait, the worse that it gets, because you are conditioning the pattern of waiting. That is the pattern of losing. So what life do you actually want to live? And then face fear, anxiety, limit as the signal as to what you need to do. Do whatever it takes in order to align yourself to vision and take that massive ballsy action. Because that massive ballsy action in itself will change your brain, will change your body, will change your nervous system, will change the way that you operate in the world, and will give you an immense amount of clarity. You can call it spiritual, you can call it energetic, you can call it just a body, brain, physiological, biological thing. The more that you just do it as a man, the more capable that you're going to be, the more high vibration, the more aligned to God, the more aligned to love, the more masterful in the world, in the game of money, the game of value creation, value exchange, energy exchange. And from now, get extreme. Live in peak shape. You can do it within the next 90 days. Like, literally just go all out, get extreme. Like, get it done. If you don't do that, you're not even trying. Like, you're not even trying if you don't live in the best fucking shape of your life. Why? Because your body is the first energy system that you have, that I have, that we have as humans. It is the first energy system that we have control over. So if your standards aren't there with your energy system, with your ability to control your behaviors and your actions through your own body, and therefore increase the amount of energy and clarity and physiological fire that you have, if you're not unwilling to do that, then that shows lack of standards, your ability to write a narrative where it is okay to be less than fucking amazing, or to be less than on fire and focused and clear for the life that you're building. That just shows your standard, and that just shows the fact that you're lying to yourself. Live in peak shape, get extreme. You can do it within the next 90 days and just get it done. Define specifically, put it into an image, put that image into emotion, and then take that massive ballsy action now, because that in itself, the more that it scares you, the greater that it is. That in itself will transform you, and there is no going back. Kill fear, kill limit, kill anxiety, timidity, because then it just goes away. It's a physiological thing through exposure, through immersion, through repetition, and a vision aligned action that in itself will transform and change your brain, your body, your nervous system, your emotions, and your ability to shape your own identity. Create it on purpose, but then prove it through massive ballsy action. And send me the results, G. Send me the results. I just want to see it. Because literally, I know that transforming your body will transform your brain. Transforming your body and your brain will literally make the rest of your life fucking greater. Rebirth until you die. Perpetual rebirth. Why? The reality of life and consciousness and time is the fact that there is no time. The time is now. You are creating the pattern of you, the energetic pattern of you, who you're going to be for the rest of your life, here and now, all the time. There is no later, there is no tomorrow, the time is now. The reason that you want to perpetually evolve until you die, perpetually rebirth until you die. You can look into it, you can study it. Your ego and your identity is amorphous. It is liquid. It is shaped by you. So the only way that you're going to grow and evolve until you die is by being in perpetual rebirth, being in perpetual evolution, perpetual growth. So always committing to that. And to be honest, it does feel like a spiritual experience if you want to tap in and be your best human self. Because literally, there is nothing else. You can win the game, sure, get rich, get in the best shape of your life, get all the women, get all the things. Phenomenal. Do that. Prove it to yourself. Put in a long enough time frame. Maybe to see that. The only way to operate is to live in perpetual rebirth, perpetual evolution, and perpetual growth. So just commit to that. Love you, G. But I'm making this so you put it into action, be an action taker, and commit to getting it done. I love you. Blessings. Create the future that you do want to build on purpose by anchoring yourself to the future on purpose all the time and ruthlessly killing your past and your memories.
to a